Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled show with Big Ray and H. College football week 7. Let's go, Ace.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, college football week 7 coming off a juicy week 6. Me and Big Ray were in Vegas, tore the bookies in the Sportsbook, a new one. We will get into that. It was honestly an unbelievable trip. The most successful trip. There's been some really good ones, but this is in the top 3, and you'll get into how this thing could not have started better. It was unreal. We'll get into that. But before we get into the trip, into the show, into the docket of games, we got a lot going on. First, some administrative issues that I want to discuss. We've been getting a lot of messages on a few different topics. DMs, messages, and so I want to address a few things, and I know Big Ree is laughing already, I can see it, but these things have to be addressed, and so this is a must watch for all the viewers. First, I want to start off and say that we're on the road to 10K subscribers. We're about a little bit over 9,000. We've been getting a lot of love from all the viewers over the last few weeks, growing the channel, going on over 5 years, almost 6 years going. And so help us hit 10K subscribers, boys and girls. If we can hit 10K, we'll do a nice giveaway and do some good stuff. So help us hit 10K. We want to get, this is the 10K weekend. If we can get 10K views on this video, 10K views on the NFL, and then 10K subscribers, that's less than 1,000 away. Hit the subscribe button. You guys are watching. We're throwing out some fire picks. Help us out. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notifications. So every time we drop a video, you guys will get an alert. Hit the like button. Let's get 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
Let's get 1,000 likes. I think the week before we got almost 900 or something. Yeah. That'd be great. 10K, and then 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
Cannot wait, boys and girls. Let's do it. Then second admin issue, a lot of people have been commenting, and this has been going on for a while, and it's finally got to the point where we have to address this, Big Ree. A lot of people are saying in the comments, and they're DMing us, saying, Ace, you don't let Big Ree talk. Why is Ace talking all the time? Give Big Ree time to talk. You're interrupting Big Ree when he's talking. All this stuff about Ace just not giving Big Ree the spotlight. First, I want to make it clear that Big Ree is the star of the show. Everybody likes Big Ree. I get it. There's no hard feelings, even at the meet and greet. Everyone's excited to meet Big Ree. We'll get into the meet and greet too in Vegas. You're holding some babies and shaking hands and everything. I get it. So Big Ree's the star. But there's some kind of perception that I'm not allowing Big Ree to talk. And so I'm not going to say anything. I want you to address this, Big Ree, because everyone thinks I don't let you talk. You have a few minutes at the end of the show to say your picks, and I'm forcing this to shut off the show. I want to give you the forum.
Yeah, Ace lets me talk all I want. I just make my picks short and sweet, give you guys the picks. Ace is the more entertaining one. You guys all know that, but Ace lets me talk all I want, That's just the way it is.
And okay, but on that note, first of all, the entertaining, that's questionable. I just have a lot to say all the time, maybe too much. It's debatable. But I'm encouraging you all the time to talk more and say more, because I tell you, you're the star. Everybody likes to hear your input. Men, this is going on for a long time, and if anything, I've noticed a lot of the female viewers are the ones that say they want to hear Big Ree more. This has happened, I want to say, over the last few years, at least 15 to 20 times that we've got DMs or comments from the female viewers that say, let Big Ree talk. We want to hear Big Ree more. So I'm encouraging Big Ree. Our shows go about 35 minutes every episode. We can stay at 45, 50. You can talk all you want. We can do this an hour. And some viewers are going to be like, hell no, please do not do this an hour. Cut it short. I can care less about that. This is the Big Ree and Ace show. A lot of people love the show. Just like we tune on to some shows and we can't wait. There's a lot of viewers that love the show and a lot of the banter and all the BS talk. So anyhow, Big Ree, I just want to address that. I'm not restricting Big Ree. I'm encouraging him to talk more. I want more feedback from him. Let's extend this show. But you guys, stop talking crap to me. I'm not discouraging Big Ree. So I just wanted to address that. Second thing I wanted to address is a lot of viewers over the years and even lately are saying want us to start a Discord, Discord group or maybe a WhatsApp group or something where we can, have a community of all the viewers and subscribers and people can give some feedback, input in there. We can throw some last minute picks when we like stuff or inline games and people that are on top of it can hammer stuff because it's a whole production to put the videos together. So sometimes it's not feasible for us to just quickly put on a video and post it. And I wish there was a way on YouTube that we could just send a message to all the 9,000 plus subscribers. Hey, hammer, like for example, last night, Monday night, Big Ree's hammering Raiders +8, hammer Raiders, going all in. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And I really like that pick too, but Ree was a hammer Raiders. If we were able to just quickly do a message, hammer Raiders, 2-3 hours before the game, everybody would have cleaned up. So maybe a Discord chat would help that, or a WhatsApp group. So comment below if you guys are in for the Discord group or WhatsApp, and we'll have to figure out how to set it up so it's kind of exclusive for our community. Third on the docket is, a lot of people, we've been getting DMs and messages over probably the last few weeks, especially since our channel has been growing, and over the years of like, oh, do you guys have Cashapp? Do you guys have Venmo? We want to send you some tips. You guys are giving us all these good picks, and we've kind of never really done that. We've put it, so now we're kind of like, hey, yeah, why not? If we're spending a lot of time on the production, if the viewers would love to tip, Big Ree and Ace something on their winnings, that'd be nice. So, if you guys are all for that, we'll try to set the Cash App and Venmo up and maybe a Zelle or something like that, and take care of your boys, So we're not selling any picks here or any packages or anything like that. People have been sending us messages left and right about buying premium picks and packages. I mean, left and right. It's been unbelievable. And we're not doing that. So, but, at the same time, that'd be nice, dude. We're putting a lot of effort here. So that's cool. Now let's get into the Vegas trip, Big Ree. Me and Big Ree were in Vegas all weekend long from Thursday morning all the way to Monday, and so it was a great weekend, Big Ree.
Yeah, for sure.
Unreal. I want to start off with the drive up though. So we drove up to Vegas. It's about a 4-hour drive from Los Angeles, and on the way up, no joke, I'm not lying, no joke, we got shitted on twice on the car, meaning like literally birds crapped on our window in the front windshield twice within a matter of 30 minutes. And how rare is that? And so first I was like, dude, this is a bad omen, Big Ree. Like, dude, we're literally getting crapped on twice. Like, is that a bad omen? Should we turn around? What's going on? You remember that? I was so worried about that. And it was like, dude, how is that possible? So that was an interesting, just never had that before. Then we stopped off at Pink Box, Big Ree.
Pink Box, nothing like Pink Box.
Honestly, I think Pink Box was better than what I remember all the times before.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, the donut holes are really good.
The donut holes? What other donut did you get?
I got the
you got
caramello and the pumpkin one.
And then the Samoa, right? You got the Samoa one, yeah.
So I had chocolate on the bottom and coconut on the top.
That was legit. I got the pink donut and the OG.
The OG, the triple OG.
Triple OG. We stopped off at Prim, right? That was in Prim. Stopped off, got a little, refresher. Got some Pink Box donuts, some snacks from the Chevron, and headed on. Got to Vegas, roughly about like 2:30ish?
Yeah, 2:33.
2:33. Got in there, checked in. Stayed at the Venetian. That was legit. Yeah. Venetian's always good. I know we switch it up. I know we always favor Venetian, but Venetian's always solid. Aria is pretty good. Cosmo, there's a lot of good ones. Yeah. Resorts World. Last time, Z-Ball from the Z-Ball podcast had the hookup at the Resorts World. Took care of me and Big Ree. So shout out to Z-Ball podcast. We're actually going to put a link in the description. Check out the Z-Ball podcast. So we got there. So check this out, boys and girls. We get there for just in time for the Thursday night game. The Colts versus Denver. Colts versus Denver, Thursday night. We put on the action, and we got to get some action on Thursday night. Ree, tell the viewers and the subscribers how the Thursday night football started off and went.
So on the way there, Ace was like, what do I take? Ace always takes the fucking craziest shit. and he's like, hey, how about no touchdowns? And he's like, Z-Ball's like, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Normally it was 100 to 1. You got it at 75 to 1.
Yep.
And you fucking with that freaking hit.
So check this out. So I'm telling these guys, the boys on the way up, like, hey, first touchdown scored, right? Like that, they got the odds, and there's an odd that said no touchdowns, and I'm like, you know what? I like a flyer. These are good. Both defensive teams. Both are missing the running backs. I see, I see this could be a low-scoring game. It's a flyer. It was 100 to 1 odds. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe let's hedge it, put some other ones. And I was thinking about the Russell Wilson to add that on, like put both of them. I think he was like 25 to 1. We get there, and then the odds drop to 75 to 1. I'm like, I still like it, right? Yeah. 75 to 1. And Big Reed doesn't know what happens. He doesn't know if I take it or not, because we after checking in, all that good stuff, we're rushing to make everything. And then, anyhow, then we're at Grimaldi's for dinner. Grimaldi's Pizza was it in the Palazzo? Yeah. And the game, I'm just sweating the game. We're sweating the game. And your boy Ace went pretty big. I'm not going to say their amount because I don't know, what authorities are watching these videos, but, pretty big on the no touchdown. Yeah. And as everybody watched, the no touchdown hit. And I'll tell you that, boys and girls, that was at the sports books that I'm not going to name this one just for specific reasons. I'll tell you that. They're never going to forget Ace. I'll tell you that. And that's how the evening started. No touchdown hit, 75 to 1 on a Thursday night. Boom, Matt Ryan over 236 yards hit. Boom, and then a teaser, 2-team teaser on the Colts and the under. And so the night could not have started better. The trip could not have started better. So that was an unreal Thursday. Then we get into, I don't think the trip was already a success after Thursday night, bro.
Right.
That was it. That was unreal. Z-Ball came up on that too because Z-Ball liked it. He didn't go as big as me, but Z-Ball came up clean on the no tee-up. Well, why didn't you take it, Big Ree?
I was just tired. I didn't go to the sportsbook that time. I was in the room.
But come on, dude, I told you I think I like it. It's a fun. And then the beauty of the whole thing was, I was going to go big on Russell Wilson as a hedge, right? Yeah. But the odds dropped to like 14 to 1, and I told them, man, I don't want it at 14 to 1. Like, I don't like it at 14. Yeah. Give me 25, I'll take it. 14 to 1, so the only first touchdown was no TD, Holy crap. And so that was great. Friday morning, Egg and I, Big Reed, tell the viewers, I know that was your highlight.
Nothing like Egg and I eating the potatoes, the chili relleno.
Chili relleno, and I got the bandito scramble. That thing is always fire. The potatoes, the banana muffins. Can't beat that. So that was the Friday breakfast. Then we there's some big card show going on.
Yeah.
Went to the card show. That was solid. Walked around the card show for a few hours. Picked up some wax boxes, some hobby boxes, just to throw around and, crush some packs. But I've not opened those yet.
Yeah, right.
Some Bowman Chrome baseball and some Optics basketball, just, throwing around. But we'll keep those. We'll see when I want to, open up those boxes. We'll rip them up. We'll see. And so then what happened? What happened on Friday night? There were some college games. San Jose State -6.5, easiest pick of the night.
Rutgers, Nebraska under. I saw that.
That was one of your big picks.
Yeah.
The Nevada under was an easy one for us. The Memphis over. But I will admit, and I have to take full responsibility on this, is Friday night was good, but Nebraska hurt me. It really could have been a great, because all those other ones hit, but the Nebraska -3 against Rutgers, bro. That
hurt you and Tristan.
Freaking Tristan and me just got destroyed on that. Not destroyed, but hurt on that. And that's my fault. I've taken Nebraska only twice all season. They screwed me against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then I took them, and it was a good night, but it would have been a great night. And that didn't work out. And that's my fault. I should not have trusted Nebraska twice. And so, but other than that, then what? Friday night, where did we end up going Friday night to eat?
I think did we go to The Turkish place? Was that Saturday?
No, I think that was Saturday, right? Where did we go Friday night, bro? Yeah, no, the Turkish, right? Oh, that's right. We went. We did go to the. We did that. We went to the Turkish restaurant off the strip. That thing was fire, bro.
Yeah.
Fire, bro. That place was really good. I mean, really good stuff. I was extremely impressed with that place. We usually go there. That thing was, I mean, it was better than I expected.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was great. And then Friday night, a lot of other activities, but we won't get into those. And then let's get into Saturday. Saturday morning, where do we go? What was the place of the breakfast? Excellent. That was an interesting spot off the strip. A little bit of a long wait to get in there, but the food was worth it. Yeah. The food was legit, Big Ree.
I can agree with that.
I had the 3 scrambled eggs, the hash browns, super crispy, and then I had the pancakes. I just went all American.
Yeah.
And I had the cup of joe. And what'd you have over there?
I had the wild salmon over hash.
Wild salmon, so you're going a little bit fancy there. All right, Big Ree. Would you go back there?
Yeah, probably.
I would go back there. It was a different vibe. The wait was a little bit whatever, but the food was good.
Yeah.
The food was good, so, breakfast was good there. Then we hit up what? How can I forget after all the games of watching all the games, college football all day long, tore it up. Then we ended up going to Coffee Bean and Carlo's Bakery. Love Carlo's Bakery up in the Venetian. Got the cookies and cream lobster tail. Always have to get an M&M and a sprinkle cookie, both. So that was good. Got the mocha blast from Coffee Bean. And college football was great. We tore it up. I went 2-1 on the video, and then the line jumped to +10 Texas Tech. I'm so upset that didn't hit. We got a push in Vegas, but that should have damn hit, bro.
Yeah.
They had the last minute touchdown, and then they even had a chance at the end, and it just didn't work out. But that was disappointing. It should have been a 3-0, but college was great. I mean, this was a really good weekend for us, bro. I mean, we just tore it up. Where do we go? Where do we go on Saturday night, Big Ree?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Nothing like those cheese fries.
Yeah.
And the burger and a shake. So Shake Shack was legit. I mean, it was a great Saturday. Saturday was busy as hell. I mean, it was a really busy day. Honestly, we were there 5 days, but it just felt like it went like that, man.
Yeah.
Weather was pretty hot. You talk about, we got there Thursday afternoon, and freaking the stabbing that happened on Thursday morning around 10, 11 a.m. In front of the Wynn, where the dude stabbed like 2 showgirls because they wouldn't take a picture of them, and then they interviewed one of them that got stabbed but didn't die, and said this dude was crazy, he was acting weird, and I started walking away when he wanted coming towards me, and then he started chasing after her. And then if you read the whole story on what happened, I read all the details now that they have it up, this dude just started going after random people and just stabbing people left and right, bro. It was not just one group. He just was running down the strip stabbing fools.
Yeah, they were having extra security everywhere after that. You could see it.
Crazy, bro. If you read this story, this fool went up to some dude and his wife, and they're chilling, and he's like, "I'm sorry," as he's walking running close to them, and then he just stabs this guy. "I'm sorry," and stabs him. And he's like, "Oh, he was so upset, and he wanted to he had no money. He wanted to go back to Guatemala or something like that." That's what he was saying. He's trying to get a ticket back to Guatemala. And people were laughing at him. He said the security guard in the Wynn, he asked this guy if he could get a job or something, and the guy said, he's like, "I really need money, I need to go back." And the guy said, "You know what, you need to just go and run in front of a train." And that set him off.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he just said, I had to let my anger out. And bro, what if that could have been freaking Friday morning, or who knows? Exactly. We were at the Wynn too, bro.
Yeah.
We were at the Wynn, walking around the Wynn Friday morning, dude. It's crazy, man. So that was crazy, but it was a safe trip. Sunday was great. NFL. We went 5-1-1 in NFL on the video, and even more picks outside of that. So that was, bro, it was just a juicy weekend. Completely cleaned up on NFL, college. One of the best trips I've had, for sure. Right. And I'm talking about just on NFL trips. So there's been some outside of those futures that cleaned up, but that was a great trip. we were talking about, we went to 2 pizza places, Grimaldi's, and we ended up going to Giordano's.
Yeah, Giordano's deep dish
So
pizza.
what's your thought, Big Ree?
They're both good. I mean, just different types of pizzas.
Real quick, are you a deep dish guy?
Yeah, deep dish.
I like the New York style. Got to be honest. Deep dish was good. It's different, but I'm a New York style guy, dude.
Yeah.
When I go to New York, Joe's Pizza all day long.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to get back to New York. I told you I had the trip planned and wasn't able to go, but great trip. Cannot wait to get back to Vegas. We had real quick, let's go. We had the meet and greet. Thanks to all the viewers that came out. We had a pretty good showing. It was good to just meet everybody that was in town or lives in Vegas. That was good. I want to give a special shout out. Everybody was cool, and give a shout out to Tristan. No, not Tristan. What was the name?
Marcus.
No, not Marcus. We're gonna give shout out to Marcus. Harry from Vancouver. That guy was super pumped to see us. So Harry was super pumped to see us from Vancouver. That kid was super excited for some reason. But shout out to Harry from Vancouver. But a special shout out to Marcus. Marcus from Las Vegas, from the Las Vegas talk show. He came out, sat with us for an hour, watched the games, had a couple drinks. And so I want to give a special shout out to Marcus. Really cool dude. And enjoyed hanging out with him. And then just chopping it up with all the viewers that came by. And that was a good meet and greet. I think we should do that more often.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were planning a special meet and greet here in Los Angeles. We've never done that.
Yeah.
So maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll plan one of those. So if you're in, you can comment below. If you guys are in, anybody from the LA area, you guys are down for a meetup, go watch a game somewhere, and so that'll be good. I know we're kind of running this a little bit late, so let's get into some shout outs, Big Ree. We're going to start. Everybody's been asking about the shout outs, so let's give some shout outs.
Shout out to Leroy Fish Grease Johnson. Shout out.
What up, Leroy? Give a special shout out, once again to Marcus from the Las Vegas talk show. Marcus, what up?
Shout out to Bookie Moore.
Bookie Moore from Nebraska. Longtime viewer, literally from year 1. So shout out to Bookie Moore. I want to give a shout out to Alex Gidley. What's up, Alex?
Shout out to Nancy Fabilla. New viewer, welcome to the show. You love our analytics and our energy. I'm glad you appreciate that. And welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Nancy. Want to give a shout out to Steve Farewell, a.k.a. Spooner Steve, longtime viewer as well. He's always going back and forth on emails. I hope you're doing well, Spooner Steve. Want to give a shout out to Colo from Germany. He's been a longtime viewer and he loves the show. Shout out to Colo from Germany. Any other quick shout outs that you want to give, Big Ree? No. There's a lot of people, and we're gonna cap it out on those on the shout outs.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to give a special shout out to Fernando from Mexico. That guy's always commenting, always in the comments, and he's been a long time viewer. So shout out to Fernando. And anybody you want to shout out, put it in the comments, and we'll get you next week. We're gonna start. Everybody's been asking about the shout outs, so we're gonna keep that going next week. You want to shout out? Let us know. We'll shout out your name. We'll shout out your city. We'll shout out your job, your coworkers, whatever you want, your school. Put it in there. We'll pick a good amount of shout outs for next week. All right, question of the day. This is a very interesting question of the day from Big Ree. I think it's fair because we've had this discussion with multiple people. And so go ahead, Big Ree. Let the viewers know what the question of the day is.
How many times do you shower a week? And do you shower?
Okay, so the question is you're saying how many times you shower per week?
Yeah,
So basically, you want to know
if you shower every day, if you shower once
a week,
other day,
once a week, every other week, every other day, every couple of days,
every day,
multiple times a day.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've had this discussion. We'll keep it short, so we got to get into the picks. But okay. So I'll answer the question. So we should both answer the question and answer it honestly, Big Ree. Nobody's gonna,
Okay.
no. You have the right to take a shower daily or once a week, so nobody's going to they might take offense depending on who it is. But I take a shower every day, okay? Every single day I have to take a shower, sometimes twice a day, depending on like if I worked out a lot or whatever it is, I gotta, you know, take a shower. Maybe, I would say maybe once or twice a week, I take it twice a day, but I just gotta jump in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to go every day. But I've heard from people that, you know, like, I've heard this comment, hey, if you take it, it's bad for you to take it every day. Like, I remember some legit, I'm not going to name the name, just don't want to put anybody on blast, but they sent me an article that said, like, after this discussion, it's bad to take a shower every day. So what are your thoughts on this, Big Ree?
Yeah, it could be bad. I mean, I shower about 5 times a week. So
okay, so 5 times a week.
5 times a week. I'll skip a day or two.
Okay.
When I don't feel like it, or I'm in a hurry.
Okay, so at least 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably impressive, to be honest. Like, a lot of people that shower daily take it for granted that everybody takes a shower daily.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this damn well, there's a lot of people that don't take a shower every day, because the kind of BO that I run into, there's no way you're taking a shower. Here's the thing. There's sometimes people have BO, and BO, aka body odor, because they don't wear deodorant, right? Like, there's some BO, they're sweating, they went to the gym and they just didn't take a shower after. But there's certain BO that, you know, this dude didn't take a shower for multiple days.
Yeah.
Like, clear as day. Like, and so I think we take it for granted, but I'm curious to know, like, and I know there's going to be a good amount of people that I think that are just going to hammer the, hey, every day, are you kidding me? That's gross. How are you not taking a shower? But I'm interested to hear the honest opinion of some people that don't take a shower daily. How often do they do it? Is it every other day? Is it just when they feel like they need to? So I really want to know, because some people, I was shocked when people said they didn't take a shower every day. Shocked. And shocked when people say, like, if someone doesn't wear deodorant, like, come on, man, put on some freaking deo, bro. It's offensive, man. Like, I'm sure you've been around some people that don't use deo, and it's freaking unbelievable, bro. Like, how can you breathe? At least that's the beauty of the mask nowadays. You don't have to smell that, like, straight up. But
I don't think anyone wears masks anymore.
Bro, like, I've people walk past me, and I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like, dude, get some deodorant, man. Anyhow, question of the day. Comment below if you're wearing deodorant or not, and then comment of the day: how many times a week are you taking a shower? And be honest. We're not judging anybody. We just question of the day. And so, and if you have another question today you want us to throw out in the next video, put in the comments. If it's interesting, we'll put it up next week. I think that's fair. Anything else, Big Ree? Or let's get into the docket of games. So without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. Game 1. And before we get into game 1, we went 4-2 last week. Big Ree, it was a good week, and let's keep the momentum rolling. Game 1, we got Penn State at Michigan. Michigan is a 6.5-point favorite. Penn State 5-0, coming off a 17-7 win versus Northwestern. That was on October 2nd, you know, and so they're well rested for this matchup. But look, they've not looked good in their last 2 weeks. They played Northwestern and Central Michigan. Both teams are 1-5.
Right.
And they didn't look good against both of those teams. They had a 10-point win versus Northwestern, and I think a 14-point win or a 19-point win versus Central Michigan. And so it didn't look impressive. The only impressive win they have all season was against Purdue. And among the 5 wins, like that's the only really impressive win there. Their offensive stats are inflated. They played just bad teams. Prior to the 2020 COVID year, right? So that was kind of a weird year, no fans, a lot going on. They have not lost, big on the road. They lost big on the road to Michigan.
Right, yeah.
In 2018 and 2016, they got spanked by Michigan on the road. And then last year, they also started 5-0, Big Ree. Did you know that? Penn State started 5-0 last year, too. You know what they ended the season on? 2-6.
Oh, wow.
2-6. So they're 5-0 here, and they had a weak schedule last year. Same situation. And then we got Michigan, 6-0. They're coming off a 31-10 win versus Indiana. They have won 18 of their past 20 games, playing really well. And if you don't count the COVID year, once again, I said that's a weird year, they have not lost at home since November 30th, 2019.
Right.
So they're a really good home team. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy is legit. This guy is 6'3". He's throwing at 78%. He's got 9 touchdowns and only 1 interception on the season. He's a legit QB. Michigan always has a good D, but they've never had that like stud quarterback. Hopefully this is the guy. Running back Blake Corum. This guy's legit, dude. Heisman candidate. 6.2 yards per carry, 123 yards per game, 11 touchdowns on the season. They got a stud defense, giving up only 11 points per game. And this is my lock of the week, boys and girls. Do not get fooled here. I'm taking Michigan minus 6.5. Game 2, we got NC State at Syracuse. Syracuse is a 3.5-point favorite. NC State 5-1. They're coming off a 19-17 win versus a good Florida State team. Their only loss on the season is a 30-20 loss to Clemson. Quarterback Devin Leary is questionable for this game. That's a starting QB. I personally think, based on what the coach was saying in the conference, I think he's going to play. It seems like they want this guy to play, and he has an injury, but they're going to push for him to play, it feels like. They've only given up over 20 points once all season. That was to Clemson. And check this stat out, Big Reed. They have won 7 of their past 8 games versus Syracuse.
Right.
Okay? 7 of their past 8 games, they beat Syracuse. And then we got Syracuse, Syracuse is 5-0, actually. They're undefeated. They're coming off a 59-0 win versus Wagner. 59-0. But look, they're 5-0, but they have a weak schedule. They played Louisville, UConn, Virginia, Wagner, and Purdue. Purdue's the only, honestly, legit win they got. Quarterback Schroeder and running back Tucker, their numbers look good on paper, but they're playing, honestly, really crappy teams. That's just what it is. When you play bad teams, your numbers are going to look good.
For sure.
That's just that's the reality. They're an improved team. I'll give it that. Like, this is an improved program. They were 5-7 last season, and they're 5-0 this year. I think the year before they were 1-12. So they're trending in the right direction. But this is my don't get fooled of the week here, Big Ree. 5-0 Syracuse. They're a favorite. They're at home. Everybody's going to jump on this. Don't get fooled here, boys and girls. NC State's a better team. I think the QB is going to play. And so this is an easy one. Do not get fooled. I'm taking NC State plus 3.5. Game 3. We got the Stanford Cardinal at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 17-point favorite, Big Ree. Without me saying anything, what do you think about this 17-point favorite for Notre Dame?
I don't know. I mean, Notre Dame had a good week last week. They won me a lot of money. So I have nothing good to say. Nothing bad to say about
okay, fair enough. Stanford, 1-4. They're coming off a tough 28-27 loss to Oregon State. They lost on a 50-plus yard touchdown pass with 11 seconds left. They're on a 4-game losing streak, Big Reed, that Stanford is, but they have played really good teams during that stretch. They lost to a 6-0 USC team, a 4-2 Washington team, a 5-1 Oregon team, and a 4-2 Oregon State team, 19-5 combined. So they played really good teams. They have scored at least 22 points in every single game, one of those games, okay? So they're putting up points, right? Like, they're putting up at least 22 points every game. They got a solid quarterback in Tanner McKee. That guy's solid. He always puts up some points. Solid dual threat running back in Casey Falcons. That guy is looking pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I like that guy's game. And then we got Notre Dame, 3-2. They're coming off a 28-20 win versus BYU. That was my lock of the week last week. They came through with that, and so they looked good. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak after that loss to Marshall. Quarterback Drew Pine is looking good in his 3 starts. That guy's looking really good. And then, look, but they have given up at least 17 points in every single game.
Yeah.
Every single game they've given up at least 17 points. And here's my thought here, boys and girls. Look, they lost to Marshall, they lost to Ohio State, and then they came back. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They beat Cal, they beat, BYU. Here's the thing. They're not scoring more than 35 points.
Okay.
It's not going to happen. Don't see that happening at all. No way. And I see Stanford putting up at least 20 points. So if you do the math there, they're not covering the 17 points. I just don't see that at all. Not at all. I really like this pick. Yes, they had a good win versus BYU. I'll give it to that. But BYU is another one of those teams that the media hypes up. And so, as I said earlier, like that line should not have been, -3 or 4 last week against BYU. It shouldn't have. And so when they won by 8, it looks like they had a really good win against a good team. Overrated. Not buying it. I like Stanford. I really like Stanford here. I'm taking Stanford plus 17. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
The first game I got is a Thursday game. We got Baylor at West Virginia, 3-2. Baylor coming off a loss, versus Oklahoma State. Then we got West Virginia as well, coming off a 38-20 loss to Texas. Texas stepping it up. The other 2 losses come versus Kansas and Pittsburgh, some solid teams. And Baylor's other loss comes versus BYU. Both of these teams have been closer than people think, And I really, really like it. I think this is going to be a good game. I really, really like West Virginia here to cover, and I think they win straight up.
Woo-hoo.
The second game I got is number 7, USC, traveling to number 20, Utah. We got USC 6-0 coming off a 30-14 win versus Washington State. Utah 4-2 coming off a 42-32 loss to UCLA. That was my pick last week, was my lock. Unfortunately, did not come through. Utah just looked awful all game long, especially on defense. Got some specific comments giving to me. They were down 17 at one point, and then the defense got a pick 6 towards the end from DTR.
Yep.
And then it ended in a 10-point game. USC has looked really good. QB Caleb Williams has stepped it up, looking really good as a Heisman candidate. Wide receiver Jordan Edison and Mario Williams have stepped up. This line is so sketchy. This is the Vegas special for sure. Team coming off a terrible loss versus a team undefeated, ranked in the top 10, coming off a win. And the team coming off a loss is 4-2. This is the easiest one of the week. Utah is covering the 3.5 for sure. This is Vegas special, lock of the week. Everyone is going to take USC.
I agree.
For sure. And I'm taking Utah -3.5. That's my lock of the week, Vegas special.
I can't wait for that game. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I'm getting the wings and the pizza ready for that game.
For
I'll
sure.
tell you that. And the Tostitos spicy queso chips.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for that game. I already have it on the calendar. I think it's a 5 p.m. game.
Yeah, for
Cannot wait.
The last game I got is Clemson traveling to Florida State.
Woo.
Number 4, Clemson traveling to unranked Florida State. Clemson 6-0, coming off a blowout win versus Boston College, 31-3. Florida State 4-2, coming off a 19-17 loss versus North Carolina State. Clemson is 6-0. I will give it to them, but they haven't played many good teams. They did play Wake Forest, which they almost lost. Yep. Should have lost, in my opinion.
Yep.
They won in overtime, 45-38. They did beat North Carolina State as well. I'll give them that. Other teams, Georgia Tech, Furman, Louisiana Tech, Boston College. Nothing special there. Mm-hmm. Their QB, as you mentioned, is not good. DJ, I don't even want to pronounce his last name. I'm not going to try. He's not good, as you mentioned. FSU 4-2. Their 2 losses are back-to-back, NC State and Wake Forest. So Jordan Davis is solid. He can run the ball too, so he's a good quarterback. Solid defense. The most points they've given up is 31. And obviously, clearly, Clemson has given up 38 to Wake Forest. So the home crowd is going to be roaring. I'm taking Florida State plus 3.5 here. I think this is almost a Vegas special, but the other one is more of a Vegas special.
So you think it's a double Vegas special for the weekend?
For sure, yeah.
That's another good game, man. I think this is. So you're taking Florida State.
I'm taking Florida State plus 3.5.
Okay. Well, I think this is just a big game for Clemson.
Yeah. All right, guys.
So they got to show up. This is either they're going to be a contender or pretender game for them, in my opinion. That's it. They either fall off, they lose this game, or they win, and it's like, hey, these guys might be legit. All right.
All right. Peace out, guys.